यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्. Hello friends, this is the 7th shlok of the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Yada yada hi dharmasya, which means whenever to the dharma there is glanir bhavati bharata, which means decrease, O Bharat. Bharat here means Arjun. Abhyudhanam adharmasya, which means there is rise in the adharma. Tadatmanam srijamyaham, which means then I manifest myself. So this is a very popular shlok of Bhagavad Gita, and there is a very important message that Sri Krishna gives over here. Sri Krishna in this shlok says that whenever there is a decrease in dharma and an increase in adharma, then I manifest myself. Now in the previous two shloks we have seen how Sri Krishna first mentioned that I have taken many births, and then he mentioned that although I am formless and I am unchanging, but I still take a form in this universe through my own Maya. So that idea he is continuing over here, and he is actually extending that and saying that whenever there is an increase in adharma and a decrease in dharma, then I manifest myself. So this is something which is different from other traditions. In other traditions they say that God is only in the formless and he does not really take any form, and if you represent him in a form then you are basically performing something which is bad. But in Indian tradition that is not the case. In the Hindu way of thinking, God can take form, and over here it has been mentioned that when there is a decrease in dharma and an increase in adharma, then God manifests himself. So basically the idea is that whenever something is happening in this universe which is against dharma, then to establish the dharma, God can manifest in a form, is the idea that we are being presented over here. So this is something which is different from the other traditions, and so the idea that I'm mentioning over here and the explanation that I'm giving over here might sound a bit communal, but that's the way it is. So we can look at an idea or an event that has been happening in the history to really understand how this works. So let's consider the case of the Ram temple at Ayodhya. So we know that there used to be a very important temple of Ram at this location, which was destroyed by the external forces, and we have the archaeological evidence, and we also have textual evidence that indeed there was a temple over here which was destroyed. But that temple was destroyed, and Hindus really wanted to build their temple back over here and remove the structure that was built on top of it. Now of course this was an unjustified move. You should not really do such a thing. You know, if someone holds a place as sacred and you destroy it and you build your own thing over there, then of course that's not something which is in conjunction with dharma. It is something which is adharma. And so Hindus basically went ahead and they struggled to get this place back, and they have been struggling since time. You can look at textual evidence. I have actually made a video on this also, that Hindus have been struggling for many centuries now to bring that temple back. And when Hindus were doing that, there was an inspiration that was inspiring them to go in this direction and do it. And that inspiration was Lord Ram himself. So the call for getting this temple back was Jai Shri Ram, and this is again a force which was impelling Hindus to move in the direction to establish dharma again, to basically bring back what truly belonged to them. So you can clearly see that Lord Ram in that sense is a force that was manifesting itself in this universe, which was impelling Hindus to go in that direction and follow through. So this force that is there, this manifestation that was there, which was manifesting in all the Hindus in itself is the force that Sri Krishna is talking about over here. That whenever there is the decrease in dharma and an increase in adharma, then I manifest myself over here. So that force which was impelling the Hindus over here to move forward is the force that was manifesting in here. And Ram, in that sense, is that idea which was giving the power to the Hindus to really move ahead and get this thing done. So that is what is the thing, because Krishna is the avatar of Vishnu, and Vishnu is the sustaining force, and the universe is being sustained through dharma. So that's why that force is manifesting itself, and it happens all the time. So many of the empires which went ahead in the direction of adharma, they have all been brought down through this force, and this force has manifested in people to bring it down. So Hindus represent that force through pictures, through symbologies. When Hindus look at the idol of Ram, or when they look at the picture of Ram, then this force actually impels them forward to move in that direction. So that image of Ram, in that sense, is the limited form of God which is impelling Hindus forward to move ahead. When the armies fight, then the flag of a nation is that impelling force that moves them to fight against their enemy. So that image of the flag of a nation, in that sense, is that manifestation of God in a limited form, which is pushing the humans forward in the direction to establish dharma. So that is what is the idea over here, that God, through his Maya, he manifests in this universe in a certain form, which then impels, which then motivates people forward. Great leaders, they motivate people to move forward. So those great leaders are manifestation of God, in that sense, that force is manifesting through them to impel people to move forward. So in that sense, you can understand how Shri Krishna is saying over here that whenever there is a decrease in dharma and an increase in adharma, then I manifest. So this is something that you have to understand, that many a times, for example, even a physical object such as a tree can really force you to move forward. I mean, when there were cutting of the trees going on, and there were people who were hugging the trees to prevent their cutting. So those trees were that force which were impelling people forward to establish dharma. So this is the idea that has been presented in this shlok. I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I will close this video. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.